Good morning, everyone. How you doing? It's wee Paddy from across the shock. Well, I was going to apologise for the way I'm set up, but I'm not. This is this is my biggest cinematic attempt. As you know, I'm not very technical, and I still use a phone after 3.5 years. It's very basic. I don't do any editing. I just make videos about knives. The style really is just all my own. But where am I sitting? I am sitting in front of a bench. This is the bench seat at the front of my camera. There is my beautiful view, and I'm going to do a little video for you. And there's a bit of a jag in this. This is a basic video about basic knives. I went to our little farm shop, as you can see in the title, and it's a garage, and it's got a convenience store, and to the right of it, it has a store that the farmers use for supplies and gear, chains, screws, bolts, anything like that. So I went in the other day to get something for the caravan. I think it was a lock for my back gate to the caravan. And anyway, I was in there, and they have these big jars there where they just put odd, very cheap knives that farmers or their farm helpers would buy to use on the farm. Now, I have had one before, which was a wooden one. I've done a video on it, cost £5. So I thought I'll go over as usual, have a wee check, and lo and behold, they had two new knives that I had not seen. They've lots that are just I would never use and I wouldn't buy even to show you. But I picked these two up. And I'm sad to say, if you want a basic knife, you can get a basic knife for £3 odds. And this is, I have two knives. This is the cheaper of the two. This one cost me about £3.50, I think, after with VAT. And it's what I would say the Dolica's sort of equivalent. I've never seen a Dolica. I've seen them done on YouTube. But that's what this looks like. It's a stainless steel blade of absolutely no make. There's no maker's name. You just buy the knife. And I thought, that's lovely. It looks like the old Delica handle. It's got a half serrated blade. And strangely enough, it has a chisel grind. Now, it's a hollow grind with a chisel. Never had a knife like that before. Is it sharp? You know, it's all right. I had to play with it in cardboard and whatever, and it's all right. It would cut things. This is quite good. If I bring that up and show you, it's quite good. It's quite sharp. This would cut rope easily. The top part, is it sharp? Not particularly. You know, it would come sharp, all right. There's not a problem. The grind is pretty good on it. And look at this, the stability. I see the ones in their Dolicas. This is not moving at all. This is solid up and down. It's a lockback. Folds lovely. Centered up. £3.50. So if you're a farm helper and you're in the shop and you need a wee knife to go back and cut something, why wouldn't you buy it? But this would last longer than £3.50 should. You know, as far as we're all into these high-end knives, and I am. But, you know, for a basic knife that somebody wants, and if you want to start your child off with a knife, this is actually, it's pin construction, it's safe, it's solid, and I'll have to say, it's all right. It's a knife. And, you know, outside of our little world of knife nerds, somebody would use that as a knife quite happily and think it's okay. And especially over here in the UK where we don't see many folding knives, this would seem like a good option. And there's no doubt it will do a job. Not last very long. I'm sure the steel is not very hard. But for £3.50, what can you expect? And I have to say, I wasn't going to buy this one, but it was so good. And I tested a couple of them, and they were all the same. The fit and finish is brilliant for a £3.50 knife. So I got that one, but I got another one, an expensive one. And it came in this clam pack, and it says Stock Shop. That's the only thing it tells you about the knife. It says a blue farm knife. It doesn't tell you what it's made of. It is stainless steel, I know that. It was £5.81 and then VAT in the top, so about £7 this cost. Highly expensive, twice the price of the other. Do you get twice the knife? Oh, by George, yes you do. Look at that. It's a sod buster. To all intents and purposes, it's a sod buster. It's got a blue plastic handle on it, very sturdy, very well made. Look at the fit and finish, is pretty good, and it is a lockback, or not a lockback, it's a slip joint. but the spring must be inside. I can't really see. Let me just see. Yeah, the spring is in the inside because that plastic envelops it completely. So, a really useful knife. Look at the size of it. It's there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not a sodbuster lover. So I've got one other proper sodbuster, and this is one I got off Big Red. I remember in the beginning I got one, but then I put it in went off in a giveaway, I think. So this is one that Big Red gave me, and I've kept as a sodbuster for the channel. Sodbuster type knife. And it's exactly the same size as it. It looks like any other sodbuster you're going to get. The blade's a bit shorter on this. The other thing that I have got is an A.G. Russell, which is again another slip joint in that sodbuster style. There's a small sodbuster. So this is my first UK sodbuster for £7. And what's it like? Let me show you again. Watch this. There is no movement, and I am genuinely pushing that. There is no movement up or down. The blade is really well done. The grind on it is absolutely even on both sides. Now, the tip is rounded over, and that's been done while it was being sharpened. I can fix that. Or will I on a knife this price? I probably will actually. Over time it'll just sharpen and come to a point again. But it is genuinely well made. It is very, very comfortable in a hand. Really, really comfortable. And you can sneak up if you're worried about the blade closing. If you're doing a harder task and you're a bit worried of the blade closing, that's covered. Completely covered. It wouldn't close in your finger. If you can see, if I put my finger here, that is going nowhere near my finger. And that's me not on the metal, but on the plastic up here. So it's an incredibly safe work knife. Even though it is a slip joint. Love the handle. You can get a really good grip on that knife. Lovely, lovely knife, I have to say, for £7. I'm sure it's stainless steel. That's carbon steel, and you can sort of see the difference in the blade there. This is the shiny stainless steel. This is carbon. So, for £7, and I was gonna, yeah, let me just do that. There's a proper, well, it's not, that was a $5 one when Big Red bought them initially. This is a £7 one, so we're not too far away from the mark. This was £3.50, and this in the UK is about £80, the Delica. So there we go. For £10, I have two knives. Will they be great knives in my collection? This one will be all right. This one, probably I'd give it to one of the grandkids when we're down at the beach, that they can play and cut and do things like that. Just get them used in knives because it's a lockback. It's a great wee starter knife for grandkids. It's genuinely safe, or I wouldn't give it to them. I'm quite happy for them to sit and take the bark off a bit of wood. So there you go. You don't have to spend a fortune. I've been saying it for 3.5 years, but that is a really great bargain. So there you go. Take care, everybody. Paddy's away. Have a lovely day today. All the best. Bye now.